uh, podcast booth up in space, looking down at the Earth. It's a much better view. Still fresh.
Yeah, the Earth looks cool. The Earth looks. You know what? The Earth looks. You know what? From there, the Earth actually looks nice and peaceful. There's no stress there.
I never made it to look like Earth.
Oh, I just figured blue planet.
Yeah,
Earth.
I was a little Earthist. You know what? I apologize for all planets. I apologize for my Earth-centric viewpoint as a humanoid.
Well, Mambo number 18, I'm assuming that's a Lou Bega reference.
Well, everybody remembers Mambo number 5, and that was like over 20 years ago. So I figured in that amount of time, there's been at least 13 other Mambos. So I figured I'm doing it. I'm doing the Mambo number 18. You just can't see because it's a podcast. So you'll have to imagine.
And all our viewers
mamboing. This whole podcast, I'll be mamboing number 18. Occasionally, I'll slip back to number 5 to throw a shout out, but it's going to be mainly 18.
Okay, well, we're holding you to it, Kirk.
Done. What?
I was going to say, for those who, because Chris has had to explain the joke to a few people now, javelina is and Kirk, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but it's a type of pig that is common, like in the Southwest, like Mexico.
Yeah, a desert wild boar with tusks, a little smaller than the bigger wild boars, but just wild pig in the desert, basically.
They're mean. They stink.
Yeah, they do not smell good, and you do not. They will charge you, and they'll literally. I've been on people have said when they're out hunting, just being treed by a javelina, where they have to just run up a tree to get away from this thing. So yeah, nasty things. So yeah, the idea that an Olympic event would be throwing one, a ham hucking good time. Oh man.
So which one's your favorite?
I like I think the ham hucking good time caught me, and it's also too, for some reason, the javelina isn't fighting, he just seems to have given up, where he's just all right, I guess I'm getting tossed. There's something kind of amusing about that, I think, or there, he's on the same team. He practiced too. He wants to win the gold.
And I'm just curious, Kirk, could you read what was inside the speech bubble on the second one?
Oh, is that damn autocorrect?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good joke. That's nice.
See, that's what I was saying. I wasn't happy with how mine looked.
In fairness, John, yours is a lot more. I like the turning the javelina into a javelin. That's a good idea.
It makes it kind of skinny, it makes it look more like a rabbit.
I told Kirk that I had come up with a tagline, and it's funny how my brain works. When we decided to do this shirt design, I started thinking about pigs, and then I thought of ham hocks, and then of course a ham hucking good time was born.
See, that's what I was saying. I'm like, Chris's is way funnier than mine. I just put in more effort to the drawing of it.
If you just fatten yours up, and then if we can throw in one of those, if you just combine it, you know what I mean? You fatten yours up, and then you put in one of the ham hucking good time, and then boom, it's the best of both worlds.
All right. Well, I think we can do that, Kirk. Yeah, John's doing it as we speak.
He's not even going to be here for the rest of the show. He's do.
Sadly, you sent me just alphas, so I can't.
Yeah, you can't touch mine. But Kirk, we will.
There we go.
I think what we will do is go ahead and mix the two together, because I can send John or vice versa the file, and then we should be able to get those put together and get you a shirt. that you can wear around town. Should be a fun time.
That would be awesome. And then at some point, if we could like shrink it down and like instead of like the Izod alligator, like it's just that logo, that would be hilarious. That would, I would definitely wear that collar shirt. Is that a javelina you're throwing? Yes.
Well, I'm glad we got that out. I hate them. And anyone who eats beets is disgusting. Okay.
What about people who beat box? Is that
Well, they're disgusting too, but for other reasons.
they don't turn your teeth red or whatever it does?
I cannot state how much I hate beets. And I'm glad I have this podcast to let the world know how much I hate them.
So down with beats, basically. It just
it's one of the building blocks of my marriage, Kirk.
That's the day I knew she was the one. She said, "You know what? Beats suck." Yeah. And then I heard the harp.
Anywho, we nice little rabbit hole. We just jumped down there. That was fun.
More like a divot. What drive does is it compresses space-time in front of you and it expands it behind you. So you're not actually moving. What's moving is the space around you. So you get to the point where you're going faster than light, but you're not actually going faster than light. You're still going 1,000 miles per hour. It's just that space is moving around you faster than the speed of light. And that may be completely wrong. I had to come put that on the spot.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and say I believe you because I understood what you said, but it sounds like a science fiction movie to me. So,
well, I mean, as of right now, that's all it is. It's a theory has its roots in science fiction movies, specifically a TV show.
They went plaid.
It's. I'm only laughing because me and Chris were talking yesterday, and we brought up Spaceballs.
Oh, that's a great one. It doesn't get much funnier than it's up there. John Candy as a dog. Come on, not much more likable than that.
Because Chris was talking.
We were talking about some sort of reusable or being able to
generate
sustain yourself in space, and I was like, oh, so all you have to do is replenish your nitrogen or whatever gas we were talking about. Xenon. And I was like, oh, so you just roll up to Titan and you drop a big vacuum down there, suck up some xenon, and then be on your way.
Yep. She went from suck to blow.
I was thinking of like a shot back, but then he brought up Spaceballs, and I liked that way better.
Well, I mean, in fairness, it's an iconic movie. Almost more iconic than Star Wars. Because I don't remember, I don't know if you know this, Chris. Time for John to embarrass himself again. Back when we were growing up, for whatever reason, I saw Spaceballs first. I'm assuming it's because our dad just ended up renting Spaceballs and I happened to watch it with him because I was only like probably 6 or 7 at the time. And then at some point we watched Star Wars and I was like, well, why did they rip off Spaceballs? And
that's funny.
Well, in fairness, this was before I obviously knew A, what a parody was, and B, well, what general movies were like anyway. Like, we just watched whatever was on TV. So yeah, for a good while, I thought Spaceballs was the original and Star Wars ripped it off.
Hey, I actually prefer that because if I'm being honest, I've never actually made it through a whole Star Wars movie because it's just not my cup of tea. I don't know. I fall asleep every time I try and watch it. So
Yeah, it's not
But
for every.
Spaceballs, you make it through every time.
oh
Well,
yeah, that one's good.
I mean, anything by Mel Brooks, though.
I mean, the dog's name was Barf. What do you got? I mean,
Just the combing of the desert, and then it was two black with an afro pick, and I'm like, you son of a bitch. That is such a so stupid.
You know what's
It
You
was
know what I
funny?
mean?
Pizza the Hut.
I
You're right. Yeah. Oh, you're delicious.
you,
Awesome. It's always cool to see the new animation pop in. So, this Kirk's Corner, I thought it would be basically it's sort of Kirk's ought to be. So these are invention ideas. Basically, I'm an idea guy. So if anybody wants to put any of these into practice, just cut me in 50%. I'm the idea guy. Somebody can make it happen. Okay. So just are you guys ready for inventions from my brain? You ready?
Probably.
Wow, good enthusiasm. Okay, so
Let's
don't
go, Kirk!
oversell it here. Oh, all right. All right, how about this? Instead of like they have parole officers, I think there should be preemptive parole officers. So you just go around and explain to people what a headache jail is. Like, look, there's going to be a lot of paperwork, and it's going to be a bunch of pain in the ass. You have a parole officer. I'm a parole. You're not going to like me, so just don't do it. What about that? Be preemptive with the kids.
they,
PSAs.
I
think
vaguely
they are-
remember this as a kid, so
It's easier to stay out of jail. It's more of a pain in the ass. There's other bad stuff, but it's mainly a hassle. Just pitch it at the lazy kids.
Sure.
Okay. All right. How about this one? I want to. Here's an idea. Do rags specifically for Hindus, and of course they're called Hindu rags. Come on, that's a $1 billion idea.
I'm on board.
You're gonna be okay. So this is Shark Tank. You're buying basically. So this is maybe okay. So we need to. Right now we're Minnow Tank because we don't have any power or pull or anything. So we need to work our way up to Shark Tank with these ideas. How about that?
Okay.
How about this? I like this one. It's a yoga mat that has just giant big black letters that say "Welcome." So it's a yoga welcome mat. I mean, it's friendly. It fits with yoga, and then you can set it outside. And if your friends are jerks, they'll wipe their muddy boots on it. You're ready for a giant, but you can also do a downward dog. It's versatile.
I think I would much rather it say "Namaste away."
Namaste. That's not yoga friendly. You're not getting in. Like, I'll get in touch with myself, but everybody back off. That's your vibe in yoga. Okay, all right.
Hey, in fairness, I'm not yoga friendly either. So
Mm-hmm. All right. How about this? This one I have an invention. This is for pale history fans. It's a new business. It's called the John Wilkes Tanning Booth. Come on. I mean, if you like history and you're pale, you'll love getting a nice foundational tan after the guy who killed Lincoln.
nothing.
Nothing.
womp.
No,
Sure.
all right. Okay, there's 2 or 3 more. Okay. This is for older people. All of the older people going back to college, they are going to need to have an ice backpack. Okay, because they're old. You need that for your lower back. Look, it's heavy books. They're not used to it. No, you guys are a tough audience. Okay. All right. How about okay, computer guy? This is right up your alley. Okay, I can reduce the majority of cyber attacks right now if we just upgrade malware into muy bienware. Right, come on. That beautiful. Mwah. Why would you have it after badware? That's why we're losing. Clearly. It's right in front of her face. John is stunned and he has so much rage with his computer knowledge and the annoyance. Like that. Yes, exactly. All right. Well, how about this? I'm starting a new social movement for all guys who got snipped. They got fixed. It's called the hashtag vasectomy2 movement. Come on, the vasectomy2. Come on. You can swap tails, but putting peas on your balls. Anyway, that was before the operation. Okay. Quick note. Here's a great name for a political punk band. It's the Gerrymander and the Peacemakers. Come on. That's Gerrymander, and peace is spelled with an IE because they're making pieces out of the legislation in the voting districts to screw over the electorate. Come on.
Kirk, I feel like this is the infomercial that I didn't watch at 3:30 in the morning when I was in college.
Oh, these ideas could be yours. You can invest in any of these.
For only 6 payments of $19.95.
Right. I think that's all. Oh, I got one. Here's just the last one was, I just think it's amazing how the Flash, the character the Flash, he doesn't have any Me Too complaints. I mean, his name is the Flash. You would think,
All right.
Nothing?
No, that one was good.
Come on, it's a comic book joke. If you don't laugh at it, nobody. Like, come on, that's right up your alley.
Yeah, and he didn't laugh. He just said that one was good.
Right. That was always good when you tell a joke and you're like, that's funny. I'm like, oh, usually there's a way to
I
let
did
you know
laugh.
the other way.
It might have cut off, but I laughed.
All right. Well, next time, maybe a graphic with fireworks and explosions and a standing ovation. Can you have the geese give me a standing ovation and clap?
I think that goose in the front with the axe is just like, I can't wait, Kirk.
That's the original one too.
I know. He's been
there
plotting.
the longest. Yeah, his anger hasn't dissipated. He hasn't gone anywhere. That's the creepiest part. I'm hoping my killer dog from hell will protect me against that killer, but that's going to be an epic battle. Well, it's kind of like, to me, it's like when I'm writing jokes or a story or a script or something, like, there's sort of like here's the idea, where it's just sort of the story points and like here's the 5 main things, and then it's fleshed out, and then it's like recopied, and then each time it gets sort of honed down and better. You know what I mean? The fat gets trimmed. So I imagine it's like the same thing.
No, I just hate everything I do and don't think it's good enough.
Well, luckily you're playing to 2 people who can't do this on a computer, so we think it's amazing. So it kind of works in your favor, I think.
Yeah, I just wish it looked better.
I'm pretty sure my wife says that too. So
when looking at you,
yeah.
Just wish that looked better. I'm right here. I know you. I'm glad you heard me. Ouch! It hurts.
All right, come on.
That's her argument. Look, I can't look. Come on, you've seen you, so you can't get that mad that I'm annoyed.
Yeah, and then I say, yeah, you're right.
You got an excellent.
Touche.
Valid point, dear. Just slunk away.
Well, Kirk, we both like to 3D print, and John comes up with good ideas. So, I figure between the 2 of us, we'll have at least one decent board game, and who knows? I might even win. Probably not, but crazier things have happened.
Who knows? What's still happening right now? I'm mamboing.
Well done.
The show's about, you've totally, and it's still going, but that was my pledge to the Fuzed Relativity audience. Mambo through the whole show. You're welcome, everybody.
And guess what? No one knows what Mambo number 18 is, so you can tell us you did it, and we will believe you.
Right. It may look like just me scratching my leg while I was eating chips, but it was a little fancier than that.
All right.